Okay, welcome back in. Building on President Trump's one big beautiful bill, House conservatives pitching a framework for a second reconciliation bill, one that can pass through Congress with only Republican support that aims to address affordability concerns. I'll preview it with this. Seems pretty common sense in putting Americans first. Okay, here's what's in it. The bill bans illegals from getting a dime of taxpayer welfare, codifies more Trump executive orders, and eliminates over $1.6 trillion in waste, fraud, and abuse. It ensures only citizens count for purposes of allocating funding to states. It contains affordability measures on housing and health care. Florida Congressman Mike Haridopolos joins us now to talk about it. Congressman, good to see you. Okay, so a second reconciliation bill. Talk about how this is possible, how you can get it through, and the parts that you're excited about for its potential.
Well, first and foremost, Bob, we recognize that Democrats have TDS. They will do anything to stop President Trump. So the only way we get things done is to go through reconciliation, because to get 60 votes, very challenging in the United States Senate. And remember, we really only have an effective one-vote majority in the House of Representatives, because Thomas Massie always votes against this. And so we're going to focus on the basics, the common sense things you just discussed. Make sure that only Americans vote in American elections, and we go after waste, fraud, and abuse, as we've exposed the chaos in California, let alone the real fraud in Minnesota. We need to do these common sense things so the people who pay their taxes, work hard every day, get the most bang for the buck instead of going to wasteful projects.
So, Congressman, a lot of Democrats will argue, oh, illegals or people who are undocumented, as they would say, you know, they're not really on the welfare books, that that's really a hoax perpetrated by Republicans. Your response to that would be what?
Look at the facts. You see these incredible dollars going all over the place. California admitted it is so. Many other states, you actually go to their website, they talk about free health care for undocumented people. Undocumented people are people who broke the rules to come to the United States, cut in line of people who are paying by the rules, and that's patently unfair. Yes, we're the land of opportunity, but this should not be the land of welfare where people take advantage of the system, and that's clearly happening. We need to invest in Americans first, and we need to make sure that people who come here want to be a part of the American dream, not just plant their flag from other countries.
Oh, doesn't that make you mad when you see that they come here and plant their own flag and don't really assimilate to our American and America First culture? Also want to talk about the housing needs. Obviously, housing's big for so many Americans, especially first-time homebuyers. In this reconciliation, the framework here, you're going to eliminate capital gains taxes for sale of property to first-time homebuyers. You'll incentivize sellers to sell to first-time home buyers. I think that could be pretty big.
I think it's really important because it's so much more expensive when I first buy my home. It's a big challenge today, and the average home price, believe it or not, where I live is almost $500,000. So coming with 20% down is really challenging for a first-time home buyer. So we want to get all the incentives we can so that people can afford that first home. A lot of people I talk to can afford the payment, but they can't afford that big chunk of change that it takes to get into the home. And let's not also forget that under Joe Biden, interest rates went from 3% all the way up to 7%. Luckily, because of our actions in the last year, you've seen that tick down a little bit.
Starting to come down. Things are looking a little bit better each month as we go through here under Trump's presidency. Another bill I want to talk about that's in motion, I know you're aware of, the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, or the SAVE Act Plus, is being pushed by Speaker Mike Johnson, Majority Leader Steve Scalise. It's kind of an upgraded version of the SAVE Act. This is going to mandate in-person presentation of identification and other citizenship status, effectively ending all online or mail-in voter registration, all the fraud that could go along with that. I think this is common sense. You can't really do anything in this country without an ID except for vote here, which what I would consider the most sacred right we have as Americans.
I mean, this polls well among every group, Republicans, Democrats, Independents. It's common sense. Who doesn't want to show ID? Whether you're trying to get a beer or you're trying to get in on an airplane, you're showing your ID, the most basic things in America. The same thing, if democracy and a Republican form of government are our most sacred things, wouldn't you want to safeguard that more than anything else? It's common sense, and there must be nefarious reasons for people not wanting to show an ID.
Could be the only reason. It is totally common sense here. Let's just make sure nothing nefarious can happen by showing an ID, yet they fight it tooth and nail. Hey, Congressman, I agree. Reconciliation likely is the only way to get something through here, the way things are set up. So I hope you have success with this. Congressman Mike Haridopolos from Florida, sir. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on.